Hello, my little lovebirds. Tonya TKO here. And today I'm doing something different that I don't normally do. And this video is going to be rather quick because I just want to ask a few questions. Normally when I gather research, I interview people ad nauseum. I interview scores upon scores of people gathering information. And I began my interview process a little while ago, plus adding my own input. And I interviewed someone this morning, and her feedback was very poignant, and it was very helpful. So I was going to post a very short video on Facebook and gather information from the people on Facebook, but I said, you know what, why not open it up? Because, you know, when I do videos for YouTube, I normally do the videos after I've already done the research. So today I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to come up with a follow-up video, but my follow-up video is going to be based not only on the interviews that I've already done, my own opinion, but I'm going to add some of your feedback as well. So I implore you, please, I need to gather as much information as possible from as many different standpoints as possible. So I need you to pass this video around to any and everybody that you know who is a woman, especially a black woman, because I think that black women are in a very special category in the United States. And we can jump right into the topic of the video. I know that the comment section on YouTube is pretty short, so I invite you over to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Tonya TKO Show, and that's Tonya. That's right, with an O. So you can write as much as you want on Facebook, and also I invite you to do a video response. Today is Friday, 3/15/2012, and I'm going to do a follow-up. No, I'm sorry, today's not Friday. Today's Thursday, and I was saying that I'm going to do a follow-up video either Friday or Monday, depending on how much information I'm able to gather. If we can get into a good discussion and, you know, keep the attacks out of it and really start to learn some things, then I'll leave the video up until Monday gathering information. So the title of this video is my research: how to get a strong woman to be submissive. Listen, okay. And I know I titled it Strong Woman, because I'm not sure if I'm going to focus it directly on black women, but I think that black women are because I have friends of different ethnicities, and my black female friends are and I hear the things that they say and the way that they say it about men, and then I look in their lives, and it's very indicative. Let me turn this down real quick. And what's going on in their life is it's indicative of the types of things that they say and the things that they believe and how they relate to men, etc. So I want to do this video to help as many people as I can. So please answer the questions, because this is something that needs to be discussed. The first thing that the woman that I spoke to today asked me in a very haughty way was, what do you mean by submissive? So let's get that. Let's first and foremost, let's start with that. And whenever you have to look up a word, I'm going to tell you, go to a website called onelook.com. On onelook.com, there's lists of all dictionary sources from all over the world, different dictionaries, English dictionaries, American dictionaries, etc., where you can get different takes and different definitions for the same word. So go to onelook.com. First of all, let's talk about submit. What do I mean by submit? I mean yield, give in, and allow. And then submissive would be the willingness to submit without resistance. So when we talk about, a woman in a relationship, what would it take for you to allow that man to be the head of that household, to make decisions for both you and he? Makes decisions for him, make decisions for the both of you. So that's what we're talking about in terms of submissive. What would you need to be in place in order for that man to, because you know what, you can't have two captains on a boat. There's a captain and then there's a co-captain, and we know that certain decisions have to be 50-50. But oh gosh, we know that when it comes to relationships, getting into certain types of struggles and battles just don't benefit the relationship as a whole. So they're going to have to be concessions made for who is going to make what decisions and who is going to be said head of that household. So let me get into the questions, and I want you guys to answer each one of these. Okay. Number one, what do you think of the word submissive? 1A, why is it such a dirty word? Submissive, submit. Tell me what, because you know what, I've gotten a lot of negative reactions from black women about this word. So tell me, why is this word so irritating and so grating to you? So that's one. 2, what would a man need to have, do, or be? What would he need to do, have, or be in order for you to submit to him? Number 3, what examples of healthy relationships do you have in your life? And what are some of the differences between the healthy relationships, what you see in those relationships, and what is going on in your own life, your own point of view, etc.? You know, because if you're constantly single, there could be a reason why. And if you see that there are behaviors that are exhibited by a person who is in a long-term relationship, what are the differences between that and what it is that you're doing? And do you have any healthy examples? Who are those healthy examples? And what did that relationship look like? Number 4, if you are anti-submission, tell me why. Is it a fear that you won't be taken care of? 2, a fear that you'll be taken advantage of? I'm sorry, B, that was B. Or C, you have a lack of faith that X, Y, and Z will take place. Or D, and I did not write down D before I did the video, but I wanted to say you have a lack of faith, or let's just work with A through C. All right. So number 5, why is it so hard to submit? You know, one of the greatest, a large problem that we have nowadays is this constant battle between whether or not men and women are equal. Men and women are different. Is a banana equal to an apple? An apple and a banana are different. We have different hormones. We have different muscle mass structure. We have different ways, chemicals. We have different ways in which our minds work. We have anatomical differences. You know, so there are differences between men and women, and it's very even the you know the difference between the way logical information is processed versus literary information or mathematical or spatial or whatever. The ways that we interpret information is different. Even the sounds that we hear are different. Women hear more treble than men do. That's why when you go into some of these men's cars, the bass is so the treble is so loud to you. Let's get back. Okay. Number 6, what would make it easier for you to submit? And 7, do you think you can submit? If all of these things were in place, do you think that you can? Let's say, you know, what is it that he needs to do, have, or be? If he was, had, and is that, would you still be able to submit? And if not, why not? What is it that's going on inside of you? What is it that you've seen or experienced that would stop you from, even with those things in place, being like, yes, okay, I'm going to let you run this. You go ahead. You lead this household. What is it that would stop you from not wanting to be like, no, I have to have control of this. I have to make this decision. I have my way or the highway. What is it that would make, is it what you've seen from your mother, your grandmother, what you've heard, the different men in your life who have let you down, not trusting, thinking you're going to fall or whatever? So I really want to hear that. And last question. Why do you think it's easier for other races of women to submit? Or even outside of this country, because, you know, I've spent time in the Caribbean as well, and they don't seem to have the same problems that, I mean, I think black people in general, after all that we've been through, are quite strong. And I've been to Africa, I've been to the Caribbean, I've been to Latin countries where there's predominantly black people, but the family structure is not as tattered as it is in the black American family structure. You know, in the Caribbean, people are getting married. In Africa, the man is the head of the household and all these other things. So I'm going to stop the video right here, and I implore you to please answer, because I'm going to do the video. It'll be nice if your input was added to the video. So pass this around to as many people as you can. I definitely want to hear the different takes on it. And I'd love to hear from men as well. Have you ever converted a strong woman into a woman who was able to submit to you? And what was it that you needed to have in place in your life? I have my opinion about it, because you see, I'm at the TKO Skin Loft right now, and I have submitted in the past, and I don't mind submitting again, but I know that a man who comes into my life is going to have to have certain things in place in order for me to say, okay, you can start making decisions here. I know. So listen, let's talk about it in the comments, or come over to Facebook. And you have the address, facebook.com/Tonya TKO Show. You can also answer on Twitter, but the characters are even shorter on Twitter. But definitely pass this around. I want every and any bit of information. I kind of want to stay away from the blanket because the Bible said so response. The Bible says you should submit, so therefore you should. I want to delve a little bit deeper than that. Like, I mean, just because somebody says you should does not get down to the underlying reason of why some people can't, and what is in the way, the broken home structure, the lack of faith, the lack of being treated right. I mean, because I'm sure at any given point in anybody's life, they let somebody have control, and that might not have been the right person to have control, and then havoc was left in the aftermath. So let's talk in the comments below. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace.